EP5 of the Farsley Celtic save. We are still in our first season and we are playing Halifax to get started in the fourth qualifying round of the FA Cup. We are currently fourth in the league of the National Northern League, and we are looking to try and get promoted, maybe not this year, but looking to potentially get into the playoff places if we can. Last time out, we had a few good results against a few good teams, and we changed our formation to be a slightly more attacking formation, as you can see here. However, we are definitely at the point where we are struggling as a result of the international friendlies that are going on at the moment. So our main goalkeeper is having to come out, Zaban, and Harry Allen is coming in as a sub. Thankfully, this time I believe João Silva, who I can't see at the moment. Where is João Silva? He is not here. I was going to say, he is also on international duty, so sadly he is also out for the time being. Nonetheless, we will go forward in this game against Halifax, who I believe might even be in the league above us, ? I will see that in a second. But yes, welcome back to episode 5 of Save. We have episode 3 and 4 uploaded on YouTube at the moment. However, the quality of 1 and 2 was nowhere near good enough to be able to upload due to the poor quality of my setup. Here you go, Panorama National League, so 14th. So yes, we are playing against a team in a higher division this round. So as a result, it might be a little bit concerning that we're playing quite an attacking formation here. However, the last couple games, it has fared us quite well. I think we're still haven't lost in the last 6 or 7. So I think going ahead with this formation is probably worth the effort. Going in with an encouragement straight off the bat, and let's see if we can take down Halifax in the first game of this stream. 10 minutes in with absolutely no highlights is fine by me. I think if anything, that's not fine by me. Ty Ebanks, our right winger, has got injured. That's not great. Stevenson, you come to right wing. Coulson, you go into that position there. And then Ebanks, you can come off for, I'm going to put on Branson Pickle, I think, just to get us going. And we'll see where that takes us. I think, the attacking formation, as much as it's a positive when we lose one of our wingers and the other one's on international duty, there's not much we can do about it. So hopefully that won't be a long-term injury for Ebanks. He was one of our 2 signings this year, the other one being Beckett as our centre mid, left-sided centre mid, who hopefully will perform well for us in this game. This feels like he's playing against a team that's probably his standard, but we will see. Half an hour in, pretty even with XG. Possession's not too far off. 2% difference there, which is not unexpected. Pass completion's a little bit low, but don't mind too much about that. The moment we are seeming to face up to them pretty good, and absolutely no highlights this half by the looks of it. The only thing that's happened this entire half is the loss of our winger, which by the looks of it is not going to be the only winger that we lose. Oh no. Darren Stevenson, debatably star player. Maybe not by stats, but by performances. He's coming out. Let's look at Ben Atkinson. Apparently he can play right wing. He's not great, but we did promise him a little bit more playing time. We haven't got an awful lot. Ooh. Just spotted you there, Louis Beckett. We could play you on the left wing. That's what we're going to do. Here we go. So, Yumbi, you're going to play right wing. And Beckett, you are coming on. I don't know why I'm going to cross for that one. Beckett, you're coming on for that. And then we're going to play the Atkinson bros in that centre of the pitch. Team talk. Want to see a good performance. A little bit of pressure, but that's what I think Ben Atkinson can take. He's back from injury. and he's looking hopefully good. Alrighty, not the greatest half due to injuries. Hopefully that won't impact us too much going forward. Defenders, superbly. Attackers, I think you can improve. Been unlucky so far. There you go. Start the second half. Straight back in to the second half. I'd take it 0-0. We go against them with penalties. They've used all 3 of their substitutions. As a result of that, I'm going to try and make life difficult for them, I think. Thompson Sommers out on the wing. Not a fan of this. They are first highlight of the day, and Alan makes a great save, pushes it onto the right-hand post. Right, can't quite do anything with it, which is okay. Again, the highlight continues. At the moment, I'm not sure why the weather forecast is in the top right-hand side, but we can't do much about that at the moment. Sommers puts it in, puts it over the top. That is fine by me. Halifax being semi-close rivals, but that does not matter at the moment and does not make much of a difference to us at the moment. Of course, we played Lancaster in the previous round, who were rivals due to the War of the Roses, and then Halifax are probably local rivals, Farsley and Halifax not being too far apart away from each other. Nonetheless, I don't think that's going to make much of a difference today. We are equally as up for this, and that doesn't matter when they are playing a through ball as decisive as that. Nonetheless, instructions. When we're out of position, I want to get stuck in, and to be honest, I want to try and go in harder. Just seeing that we're currently playing a mid-block, I'm going to push us up for that as well. Push up the mid-block. Standard is fine on that. And what I might get, I tell you what, I'm going to get Branson Pickle to do it. I'm going to tell you to go in harder if you can, tackle harder. And I might get the centre defence to do the same thing. Let's try and see if we can get one of their players injured, because they've wasted all of their, they've used all of their substitutes. So we are going to make all of our fullbacks, all of our centre backs, and all of our centre defensive mids all one. Tackle a lot bloody harder. Let's get into them and see if we can get them down to 10 men. I think that might be using a bit of the dark arts here, but it might be the only way that we can get into this. I don't think there's any other way that we might be able to make the most of being 1-0 down, but we'll see. Smith, our left back, has been pretty decent this year, and he's been taken down by Jenkins. They may get a red card still, which would be a great result for us as well, actually. So we will see what happens there. Beckett, long ball over to Atkinson, who misses the ball, but there's a penalty. Penalty. Fantastic. Who's on our penalties? I haven't even seen this. I presume it's going to be Olsen, but I will quickly check that to make sure we've got the best penalty taker on that we can ask for. Colson's on it. He's looking happy. Let's get it going. 15 penalties. Take that every day of the week. Colson on it. I'm not even going to commentate. It's going to be easy. Back to the net. 1-1. Come on, Colson. Oh, why do we do this? Why do we play these games? Football manager, eh? What do you expect? Painful, missed penalty from Colson, and that is that opportunity lost. We could have been back to 1-1. They played a long ball over. Allen's completely missed it. A shot in, and our keeper has missed it also. We've gone from being 1-0 down and a penalty to being 2-0 down. And that's where we sit. A fantastic long ball over from the keeper, but what horrendous defending from Allen. He's completely misjudged it. And then his namesake in goal. I don't trust him. I don't know why I keep putting him in, because every time he plays, we seem to get absolutely battered. Okay, after this highlight, we're going to make some changes and see what goes on. We are, of course, 2-0 down against Halifax, who are a better team. They are in the league above us, so it's not unsurprising that we're losing. But the fact that we were, 2 minutes away from being back in this game to now being 2 goals down is disheartening. Nonetheless, Chris Atkinson, one of the Atkinson bros, takes it up the left-hand side, loses it out for a throw-in, but hopefully that won't be the end of this highlight, because we are looking quite attacking now, which is nice. Smith, our left back, on the throw into Atkinson and back to Smith. Once again, a long ball over to Yumbi. Yumbi on the back post. Can he get on the end of it? He cannot. Ben Atkinson, his brother, gets on the back of the ball. He gets to the right-hand side, takes a shot, and it's saved by Johnson. Put out to the left-hand side. Beckett can't get to it. That is a shame. Is that going to be the end of the highlight? I think it might be, but it's not. Smith, once again, there's support there. I think Atkinson, and then you don't know who else that is back here. It is Beckett. Over to Yumbi, and Johnson gets his mitts on it. What we are going to do, we are going to bring Branson Pickle in a little, up a little bit more. Yumbi, you're going to go up front with Coulson. We go back to this attacking formation that we were looking at, and you are going to become a poacher, my good man. And then we're going to leave Atkinson and Branson Pickle in the middle. Let's swap them over. Try that and see what happens. In the meantime, playing in the background, Yumbi has the ball. Ben Atkinson plays it back out to them on the right-hand wing. Can he get it in the box? He is being tracked, but he's found some space over to Atkinson, but once again, Johnson has found the ball in his gloves. What I'm going to do, once the substitutes get into place, is potentially try and avoid some floated crosses, because Johnson has complete control of his box at the moment. Sambo gets to the end of that. Yumbi somehow managed to find himself with the ball on the right-hand wing, but he's got absolutely no support. Plays it back to Masambo, who almost loses out, but hopefully, has got it out for a throw-in. That could have been dangerous. Substitutes or adjustments of the lineup, not substitutes, because of course we have had 2 injuries to both our starting wingers at the start of this game, which is very, very scary. Could be impactful going forward, and to be honest, it would have been nice to, if we had to lose this game, to not lose any players. Maybe I should have rested them. They did have full health, but maybe I should have thought ahead and just anticipated the loss against a more difficult side that Halifax are. Nonetheless, we still have the ball on the right-hand side. Carroll is on it. He seems to have one game good, one game bad at the moment. Let's see if he can change things around. Ben Atkinson puts it in towards Yumbi, but he's nowhere near that. Once again, out for a throw-in. I swear to you, this is on full match. That is not the case. The first half was definitely on key highlights because we did not watch 45 minutes because there wasn't a single highlight in the first half. Don't know how that has switched over, but I've changed that once again. A long shot from Thompson Sommers, and Allen, I think he's got his hands on it, but let's be honest, we expect that from that far out for a keeper to be able to make a save of that level. Golden on the corner. Crosses it in. Beckett is underneath it, just about. Allen gets his hands on that, and the referee gives a throw-in, question mark? I think so. Doesn't matter. I don't see the end of it. Now then, we are going to go attacking just because it's the last 25 minutes of this match. We are going to underlap a little bit more. We're going to play a little bit more narrow, and the last thing we're going to do for those crosses is make them a little bit more whipped. I think more pace might be the best way forward. Let's go with that. And then if we're going to make a defensive substitution, let's be honest, it doesn't matter if he gets sent off at this point. Let's bring in Evans, and Atkinson's not done an awful lot as much as he's a good player. He's not done much, so let's bring in Evans and go from there. See what we can do. Last 25 minutes, I'm not going to bother pressing because let's be honest, if we press him, that creates more space behind us. Smith on the wing, throws it into Atkinson. Atkinson might be his last play of the game. Plays back to Smith. Smith towards the back post to Ben Atkinson. And that's the second goal of the season for Ben Atkinson. We are back in the game. 2-1. Come on, lads. Let's keep this going. Fight for this. Bit more encouragement going forward. 2-1. Let's see if we can get back into it. That is substitution 3 has not gone forward. Did those substitutions not go in? Atkinson's still on the pitch. We'll see. Maybe we didn't make any substitutions. We've got a corner. It goes back out to Masamba. Masamba to Coulson. Coulson to Ben Atkinson, who scored the first goal. Crosses it in. And who got on the end of that? Branson Pickle. How has he missed that? How is he still on the pitch? I thought I made substitutions. Did make substitutions. But Atkinson's coming off for Jack Evans. And did none of these things change either? They did. How has the substitution not been made then? Confirm that sub, get him on the pitch, last 20 minutes, see if you can make a bit of a difference there. Evans is on. Let's encourage the lads once again. We can't. A bit too soon. 15 to go. Let's see if we can break from this corner. We have roughly got our head on that. I think Branson Pickle's the one that came out for that. Didn't get there sadly. Right on the right hand side, and a fantastic finish from Max. Right. We didn't expect much from this. I think it's fair to say that it's not unusual that we've lost to Halifax. They are a league above us. They are a better team. But for the time being, it hurts a little bit. We had a penalty. We missed a penalty. It would have been nice. We could have been back to 1-1. Instead, we got to 2-0, now 2-1, and now 3-1. It's a shame. Coulson, again, hasn't had the best performance. I know it's harsh, but I'm berating the lads. We definitely could have done better here. Coulson's almost on a 5.9. He's been so poor. Not that it matters, because it doesn't matter if we score 2 goals or 3 goals. If we can't keep him out of the net, it doesn't make much difference, does it really? Allen on the ball in his hands. If we're going to get back here, we need to score basically now. Ben Atkinson, everyone's given up on that. There was Branson Pickle gave up on that. Ben Atkinson gave up on that. Coulson didn't even make a storming run. But at least Evans is on the ball to try and make a bit of a difference. Long ball up to absolutely no one. Can Yumby get on the end of it? No, he cannot. Ben Atkinson finds it. Is he going to play him through? Is he going to just make a run up the wing? It looks like the latter. Is there any support of him in the box? Beckett, our star player, gets on the end of it, but does not header it towards the goal. Makes it a shame. 3-1 to Halifax, and I don't see a way back for us here. 5 minutes stoppage time. The XG is definitely flattering towards us, as much as, yes, we should have scored that penalty. Even with that, I think Halifax have been the better team. And that's the dying seconds. 3-1 Halifax. We lost to a better team. I don't think we were unlucky. I just don't think we were good enough. Yeah, no excuse. Should have won that match. And continue from there. For those of you that are watching at the moment, this is going to be a shorter stream compared to usual, somewhere around the hour and 15 mark. But I thought, nice evening, might as well get on and try and get a few more games under the belt. See if we can get towards the end of the season, and that's 4 to 5 weeks for Darren Stevenson. Leaving it to the physio. How long's Ebanks out for? 2 to 3 weeks, not as bad, but it's still some time that we're going to rely on players that we would rather not rely on. I think one of the biggest issues here is, Yao Silva is going to be on international duty whilst we are playing Curzon Ashton, which means we only have one fit winger, question mark. Discuss this. I'll discuss the issue. I don't want to loan him. I don't really want to I don't want to get rid of him. I don't want to terminate his contract. Oh God, hang on. Can you loan me out to get some playing time? Best chance. Yeah, we'll loan you towards the end of the season. I would like to keep you this season. Bear in mind, we have no one else who can play. Oh, this is not a good sign. Oh, we're stalled on that. We're definitely not sending him to a lower regional division. And Evans has accepted TMS and he has gone. That's a shame. That is a shame. I don't really want to get rid of Yao, especially because he is one of our better wingers, but he is only 18, so I guess a loan move and him playing every match isn't the worst thing in the world. But I'm nervous. I'm nervous about the lack of options we've got. I'm nervous about the fact that, it's mainly depth. We haven't got enough depth, and I didn't expect to be losing 2 wingers from injury and 1 potentially because he doesn't got a work permit. That leaves us with 1 winger. It is not enough to play football with wing players. Nonetheless, let's see what we can do with this team now. I guess we've got Yumby that can play on the wing, which is better than nothing. Let's go back to the regular formation. Coulson comes in to the attacking mid. As much as he likes being a deep lying forward, we cannot advise that when we have no extra supporting wingers. We could try playing Beckett out there. I think that's probably got to be the best way forward. Switching Beckett and Yumbi, bringing Ebanks off, and let's see what Ben versus Evans. Ben is technically better. We'll play the Ben Bros. Not the Ben Bros, the Atkinson Bros. What am I talking about? And Branston Pickle will have to come on. Yao Silva still on international duty. Watson, come on. Leverett. I can't recall if you're the one that's actually better. Leverett, you're going to come on instead of Evans. And there's a good fall. Now, you're going to come on the bench. Screw it. Tomorrow, as a result, let's rest the lads very quickly. Training, rest for a day, even though I don't think we are actually training. We might have some match focus, yeah, but little else. Nonetheless, we continue. England set for Farsley. Chris England, a new scout, which may not actually help our financial situation, but let's be honest, we would appreciate getting in some new players. See if we can increase next year's transfer budget. Let's be honest, networking a senior affiliate is probably the most important thing. But every time I do this, can't seem to find any movement from Paul Barnthorpe. Need some support because we just can't get players in. We've not got the squad depth, we've not got the money, and yet you don't want to do anything about it. It's a mess. Actually, yeah, recommend a new signing if you could, Chris. Thank you very much. I do not care where, but as long as they're good enough, that'd be great. Divin Banning Imi. Or potentially Divine Banning Imi. You are, again, potentially a solve to our wing problem, but we don't have the money. We can't sign players because we don't have the money. We're just going to have to deal with the situation and be lucky that we're playing 18th followed by 24th. Otherwise, I think we'd be even more in the mud than we currently are. We will see. On to the next game against Curzon Ashton. Lost, obviously, our last game in the cup round against Halifax, but I can't say it's surprising. Bear in mind how much of a better team they are than us. Moving on back to the league. I don't think we've lost in 6 or 7 in the league. It's something I'll have to check. But we will see where we are with that. Here we go. If it will load, there we go. Anything from the inbox that's worth actually looking at. International roundup. How's Zhao done? He played 90 minutes and he played average at best. Targets, Ben's happy, and then loan. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to loan you out, Yao, but I can't keep a hold of him, obviously. I'm not going to go more positive yet. We need to change. We can't change the keeper, but I'm going to change Alan out because he has been poor. Laban's back, which is a godsend, and Yao's back, but he's shattered. Laban's back in, and let's get going. Yumbi and Ben are a little bit tired, unsurprising, because you've just come in from not playing or not being in the starting lineup for a while. Ben came back from tearing his MCL, I think it was, and then Yumbi was just left in the bench for a while, however, has found his way due to some good performances onto the pitch. Nonetheless, I expect to see a better performance from everyone compared to that last match, and let's get bloody into it. Again, the 4-3-3 defensive. We are avoiding a 4-2-3-1 purely because I despise looking into formations that people see as meta. So I'm avoiding that 4-2-3-1 and I'm avoiding that gegenpress. However, with games like the previous one, sometimes I regret that decision. Yumbi tackled on the right-hand side of the pitch and Instantly, Curzon Ashton take a bit of a dangerous attack. Nonetheless, Yumbi gets on the back end of it. Chris Atkinson finds the ball, passes it to his brother Ben. Can he find someone on the outside? Yumbi has got the ball, plays it into Branson Pickle, who takes a good touch, turns backwards and plays it. Some comfortable football at the moment, and I don't know why I said that after that long speculative ball over from Masambo that's gone nowhere. Branson Pickle into Atkinson. Yumbi catches the ball on the outside of the box, who finds some space, surely, and it's a great save from Mason. Would have been a great start within a minute, nonetheless, couldn't quite find the back of the net. Corner now from Ben Atkinson. We've got Masambo on that front post, who is our best header. Can he get his head on the ball? He cannot. Can Ben get back on that? He can, into Alan, our centre back, who hopefully will pass the ball, because I am nervous of him outside of the box. 4 minutes gone, and already it seems like we are on top of this game. Let's encourage the lads and get them fighting for this. We are, of course, at home again. We'll see where we go. 2 shots already, 15 minutes in, not much to talk about. 20 minutes on to another highlight. They are passing it around at the back, but a loose ball gets it to Beckett, who's playing left wing at the moment, despite being a centre mid in my eyes. I thought that was a good tackle. It was a poor shot. Well over the bar. Maybe, as much as I feel like having a balanced formation is important, maybe we bring Beckett back. Is it dangerous bringing Beckett back? Do we want that support? I guess if we're having an overlap, that's what we're going to do. We're playing him as an attacking inverted winger, and we've got overlapping, so hopefully Smith will come around him quite a bit. Carol, I'm happy with you being as you are there, and hopefully Chris Atkinson will give some support. Story on the left-hand side for Curzon Ashton. Missed tackle from Masambo, and thankfully Laban has saved that one. It's nice to have an international player on the pitch, even if he doesn't start for his senior international team. He is at least being called up, which is a miracle for a player in our division. Where Buxton are losing, top of the league are losing to Tamworth, who are second. A bit of a top of the table Titan battle that is going on at the moment, and see if we can make the most of it. Carroll into Masambo. Be nice to get a goal before half time, just to settle the nerves a little bit. Richards plays it in. We can't get the ball. We're playing it too high, I think. Even I might not slow things down, but make it a little bit less direct, because at the moment it's pitiful approaches. Speaking of pitiful, what a horrendous attempted tackle from Smith. But I'm going to say, thankfully, Masambo got on the end of it. That is 2 blocks in a row there. 1 attacking, 1 defensive. Say attacking. 1 negative attacking for them, and 1 defensive block from us. Nonetheless, we are somewhat safe, but we just look uncomfortable. Haven't got on the end of that particularly well, and it's in there, and thankfully Story blows it over the top. What a terrible, terrible shot that was. Now then, 35 minutes. Can we do anything to turn this game around? Or is it going to be a different story? Running down the left wing, long ball over to Spencer, who passes it down to Moles. Off the crossbar, Lewis almost gets on the end of that, but thankfully Carroll, diving header, puts it out for a throw-in. Working the ball into a box, sure. Marcel Lewis, I can't say he's doing an awful lot at the moment, but I feel like having a defensive mid marking their attacking mid is not the worst thing in the world. But I don't want everyone pressing him, because he's not actually doing much. I whisper before he eventually scores a screamer to probably beat us. Dressing room. We are looking flat. I am not happy. Shooting hasn't been good enough. People are fired up. Let's see what we can do from this. 45 minutes gone. Let's fire up the lads, get some encouragement going. Branson Pickle's going to come off in a minute. Leverett, I think. He just looks a little tired. Not quite out of his depth, but he's just not getting the ball. We can't get attacks off. I'm going to go a little bit more positive, which I think is necessary, especially because we are, again, not getting enough shots on target, even though we've just had one there. And that, again, not playing floated crosses after the last game. Branson Pickle, off you come for Leverett. We've not got any attacking options. All of our bloody attackers are injured. Beckett goes a little bit more up. Carroll, playing you as a winger to see if we can support. Again, it's asymmetrical, but that might just be what we need. A draw is not a great result against Curzon Ashton. I don't want to bring Masamba off. Beckett is shattered, so I might have to just take him off. Maybe put Ben Atkinson on the wing, as I know he can play there, and push in Jack Evans in defence. Long ball over. Carroll doesn't get on the end of it. Thankfully, it goes over. Let's bring Beckett off. He is far too tired. Ben, you play out there. Out there, even. And then Beckett, get you off for Evans. I don't think Watson is any good, so Watson's okay. But he's a bit old. He's 31. But do we bring him on for Atkinson just to get some fresh legs? It feels dangerous. It feels dangerous. Maybe for the last 10 minutes. No. Decisive managerial movements. Confirm that Leverett, I might push Leverett up unless Yumby can do something here. Let's see. He has still got the ball on the right-hand side, on the wing, against the byline. Long crossover. Coulson, can he get on the end of it? He cannot, but Beckett just about leaves it open corner. I will not... yeah, I've made that substitution now. It's gone. Go from positive to attacking. Let's face it, if we're going to get promoted, we need to take the opportunities when we have them. We are going to move Leverett up because, let's face it, having a centre defensive mid in moments like this is not really going to be enough support, as much as I think they're the most important position in this team. Out to Carroll on the right wing. There's a little bit of space in the middle there for Coulson. Can he get on the end of it? He does not. They seem to have a bit of a good grasp against attacking headers at the moment. But Yumby's found Smith, the left-hand wing, puts it into the bottom right-hand side. 1-0 Farsley. What a result. I will maintain Leverett in that defensive mid position. Carroll, you are coming back. I will play you, also continue you as a no-nonsense fullback. Because at this point of the game, we don't want any nonsense. Smith, you are also, I say actually, you're also going to go no-nonsense fullback, which I know is new for you to try and play something no-nonsense, because you are nonsense personified. Evans, you're coming back as well. Watson's playing at centre mid. These two are staying wide out there, and we will confirm and move back into a balanced formation, because I do not want to concede, he says, as Lewis puts a corner in. Clearance, please. What an Allen. Carroll, get out to him. Get out. There's no one there. No one's put a foot in, and it's gone wide. That is a massive let-off. I would replace you, Carroll, if I could. But I think the best right back we have left is potentially a goalkeeper, and that says enough. We're in second place in the league, which is a bloody miracle. There must be a lot of teams around that 23, 24 and potentially 22 point level that we're at. There is so much space to Watson. Watson is open there. He's got so much time. Put it in the back of the net, lad. Or at least put it on target. Would have been nice, but doesn't look like that's happening. Chester put one in against Russell to go 2-1 up. This is getting towards the end of the game. I'm going to praise the lads as we come into the last 2.5 minutes. Don't need to mark anyone else. Let's close this one out. 1-0. Great result. Needed that. a scary game, but we've made the most of it. Very well done. Very well done for the lads. Yumbi inspires the win, apparently. Yes, he did score, but I would not say he inspired the win as such. Nonetheless, we continue. Oh, my webcam is not staying in place. There you go. Continue that. Let's see where we sit. Now, is it the time? Do we get? I don't want to lose Yao, but if I can't renew his contracts, what do we do? Oh God, he's not performing. I don't want to make him sad. I feel like a now or never type situation might be coming up, but I can't afford to not have wingers. Let's see how long we've got. 21st, 24th, 28th. How long have we got until Ty's back at least? He'll be back for the 28th. No, he won't. He might be. Pulled calf. 2 to 4 weeks. Yumbi, Beckett can play out there. I don't want to, but I think letting him go for now and getting the wages paid is probably not a bad idea. Let's see if he accepts the contract. Oh, let's look at the league. Let's have a bit of a gander. There we go. 20, there's 3 points between 8th and 2nd. That is ridiculous at the moment. But we are now only 4 points behind Buxton after that result. I think in the league recently, we have not lost since the 28th of August. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row, one of which was against second in the league, where we were playing our new tactic, which I would like to deploy more, but that 4-2-2-2 tactic is just so difficult to play when we don't have enough wingers. Beckett can't play out there. Ben Atkinson can play there. Do we give Ben a run out? Do we give Ben a run out? Oh, see, Branson Pickle is improving even, which is crazy compared to Sam Leverett, who might not be improving because he's not getting the game time, to be fair to him. Heading, marking, tackling, positioning, leadership, jumping, strength and stuff, but worse with aggression, bravery, off the ball, teamwork, technique, long shots, first touch, free kick, and a little bit of everything. Is youth a good idea to survive? I think he's going to come off the bench. Turner's still not back. Yao, technically, is not currently off our books. Harry, again, you're only 21. You're a breakthrough prospect, but I don't really want to be starting you until you improve a little bit more. Keep moving. Let's see if we can get Yao in for this game, because that could potentially be an improvement to Ben Atkinson, who's on the wing, but we might lose Yao before that. We'll see. We'll see. Rejected. Of course, we are not willing to make anything better in the lives of Farsley Celtic. Give me more transfer budget. Not willing. You're not willing to do anything, Paul. Paul Barnthorpe, not willing to do anything, are you? Not making life easy for us. Let's keep going. Ignore all of that and just have a look. Let's see if the team that we played, who did we play? We played Halifax. It'd be interesting to see who Halifax get in the next round of the Cup, because it would have been who we would have played. It would be sad if it was a big ticket team. Nonetheless, we continue. On against Brackley Town, bottom of the league. We're going with a more positive attacking team. Watson playing right wing. I didn't even know Watson could play right wing. Let's have a look at this team. Let's have a look. Where are you, Watson? You can play right wing. Again, I'd rather play Yao, just because he's got that little bit more potential going, even though his ability's dropping, isn't it? But he is like 7 years old, so what do you expect? Let's see. Not an awful lot there. Don't think you've been good. To be honest, Tom, don't really want to keep you around anymore. But you've not. I don't have the money to cancel your contract. Save the game there. We'll see. Play this game and see if we get any closer to the top of the table. It would be nice to see Buxton start to drop more points. They started with a loss and then won 7 on the bounce, hence why they are top of the league. Since then, they faltered a little bit more, but if I'm honest, they are still probably the best team in our league. Come on, against Brackley. Here we go. Next, unread. Ebanks is not. He's still recovering, but the fact that he's got good condition and still has decent sharpness makes me confident that he'll be back for the next game. Didn't see Buxton playing there, but I don't care. Off the top of my head, I don't think it was a particularly difficult team that they're playing. But we'll see. Yao is back to fitness-ish. Ebanks is not there, but that doesn't worry me too much. Asenso is not happy. I'm going to get him on the pitch towards the end of the match today, because I think just getting some minutes into his legs is probably a good idea. Here we go. Into the dressing room. Into the dressing room. No. On a good run, Latey. Go out there, impress me. Defence. Trust you to make the difference. Midfield. You know what? I trust you to make the difference. Attacker. I trust you to make the difference. Let's get going. Let's see if that's helped whatsoever. Welcome to the Citadel. Once again, we're at home. We are playing our 4-2-2-2 formation, as that seemed to do an awful lot of damage in the game a couple of weeks ago. We are, of course, only 5 minutes in, but what have I done there? Heck, there we go. But I, of course, am gonna encourage the lads from the start. There we go. "13 minutes in, Beckett seems to be comfortable out on that left wing today, which is nice. 17 minutes that we've had a shot against, but we've also had 3 on target. What I'm going to do is screw the match stats. Let's put the table up on the pitch. But for now, Beckett, from the left wing, plays into Branson Pickle. Branson Pickle onto Yumbi, who has an opportunity to play through Silva, but doesn't quite get the ball out to him. Silva now on the outside, long ball over to Coulson. He does not tend to rise well. He's not the tallest man in the world, and as a result, I might make it so when we do some crossing, we make them a little bit more. Now let's do some low crosses. To feet, lads, to feet. Confirm that. Thank you very much. Chris Atkinson plays it to Branson Pickle, plays it to Yumbi. Yumbi has lost the ball. Admittedly, he didn't have many options in his line of sight. Gudga, the left back, presumably. Long ball over to Smith, who gets his head on that. Long ball over to Coulson. Coulson is going to get on the end of that. Can he find Yumbi or maybe even Atkinson on the edge of the box? He looks for Yumbi. Yumbi doesn't get it, but Branson Pickle gets his head on it into Atkinson. Atkinson on the right-hand side. Here's the post. Silva. Silva plays it into Yumbi. Yumbi heads it in at some brilliant, it was very, very selfless from Silva there. Not greedy at all to cross that in. Some brilliant team play to knock it on Yumbi's head to throw that into the back of the net. I appreciate Silva could have gone for that himself, but he took the right decision, and that might be the last thing he does in a Farsley Celtic shirt, simply because we can't get a license for him to play here at the moment. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to keep him any longer. Smith on the left-hand side. We are only a point behind Buxton, which is a massive result. Beckett, long ball into Coulson. Coulson tries a looping header, but doesn't quite get there. They manage to clear the ball. Can Pickle get towards it to try and get a foot in? He cannot. They are clearing it. Their defence is apoplectic. Annoying. His team's annoying. There seems to be no happy people there. We are going to praise the lads, even if Smith doesn't put in a great cross here. Masambo almost gets to the end of it, but Carline gets his head in the way. Smith over the back towards Yumbi. Lewis, their goalkeeper, who actually looks quite small himself there, does get his hands on it. What I'm going to have a quick look at is how tall their goalkeeper is, because if he's not the tallest, I might ask the lads to start having a bit of a gander, have a pop from outside the box and see if we can put it in a position where their goalkeeper can't reach. But I'm thinking way too attacking at the moment when they are indeed attacking upon our defence. Thankfully, nothing comes from it. Lewis, their goalkeeper, 41, he's 5'11". He is only just taller than me, and that is saying very little because most people are taller than me, admittedly. I'm going to do it. Shoot on sight, lads. Have a pop. We're 1-0 up. We're comfy. Let's have a pop. Get some shots on target and see if we can get the 41-year-old feel a little bit uncomfortable. 5'11", 41. He surely can't move as quick as he did in the past. And let's be honest, his defence isn't happy about him being there either. So we'll see. 43, 44, 45 minutes gone. That will surely be half time. I spoke too soon. Bates on the corner. Our keeper Laban has come out to catch it. Can we make a breakaway here? Let's see. We have no one making attacking runs. Can Laban maybe find Silva on the right hand side here? That might not have been Silva. That's Silva. That's the man I thought he was going to try and find. That must have been Carroll on the right there. Silva, he's tired. He's been out playing for Portugal's under-20s team. Let's be honest. He needs a bit of a break. Yumbi finds Carroll. Carroll into Masambo. Masambo will surely make a pass from here. Thank heck. Branson Pickle out to Carroll. He's found some space. Silva's probably a bit too tired to make that run, and I think I might be putting Ben Atkinson on that side, which is potentially a downgrade. But let's be honest, we need to make the most of the short staff that we have. Coulson through on goal. Oh, Coulson. I don't know if that was an intentional chipped goal, but if it was, you are a legend. Absolute legend for that. That was a wonderful dinked finish. Love to see that again. A lovely ball from Branson Pickle. Coulson with a nice touch to take it away from the defender. And yeah, it doesn't look like the defender got a foot in. That was a chipped shot over Lewis. And that's half time. 2-0 at half time. And I tell you what I'm going to do. This is the first time this stream, outstretched arms, lot of shots on target. I'm happy. I am happy. I'm going to give 5 minutes extra to Yao. He's on a 7.7. I've given an extra couple minutes just so he feels content and doesn't feel like I have hooked him a little bit earlier than maybe he deserved. Give him the first few minutes to run it out. See if we can have a tap-in goal for him here as well. Smith, front post. Can't see where that's falling. Masambo finds it, plays it out to Smith, who I think is onside. Long ball over to Branson, pick up the back post, and he finds the back of the net. There we go, 3-0, and now is the time to make some substitutions. Here we go. Ascenso, you're unhappy that you're not getting many minutes. In you come for Allen. Leverett, you probably should be playing Watson. You tell you what, Watson, I think you said you could play out there. Show it. Ben, I'd like to play you, but not this time. Leverett, you are coming on for the other brother, so Atkinson, 2 Atkinson bros can sit on the bench and be content. 3-0, 50 minutes in. Masambo plays a horrendously dangerous ball into the box, but once again, our star left back is making the most of that. Coulson holds it up and plays it back to Smith, our left back, into Beckett. This is some comfortable football being played now by the lads, which we love to see. Smith holds onto it. I thought we were going to get a long ball over there, but nothing. Flamingo Land Stadium, Scarborough 3-0 up against Buxton. Where does that leave the league? We're only a point behind. We're only a point behind. And we're still a point ahead of Scarborough, even though they're the game in hand. They could go top of the league here. Oh, we might have a new team in the driver's seat. It's not quite us yet, but if we keep winning games 3-0, if we keep winning games 4-0, it would be great. Here we go. Great header from Isaac. And what for? It must have been a foul because there's no way, it can't be an offside. Buxton brought one back. Well, it could have been 4-0, 3-0. Can Hall get on the end of that? He doesn't. Ascenso gets the ball. Beckett gets onto that and plays it out to Coulson. Coulson, is he going to slot Yumby through? He found a nice ball out to Watson. See if you can make a name for yourself out on the right wing. He's not quite rounded his player, but he's found a fantastic ball in to Coulson to put 4-0. 4 goals today on that board. We are 64.5 minutes in, and we are cruising. Praising the lads and not changing anything else. Their goalkeeper is unhappy with how everything's working out at the moment. They have only 4 points this season. Who did they get those points against? I would love to know. Hopefully not us. I do know that Banbury got a point against us though, so it's not a lot better. Boston coming back as well down here against, was that against Gloucester? Did I see? Now against Spennymoor. Spennymoor in 5th. That would be a good result if Spennymoor managed to not get the win out of that. Blythe drawing against Tamworth, which is good for us once again. Some great, again, fantastic seeing out of this game. 4-0 win, deserved win. Praise the lads, everyone's happy. 89 minutes gone. Can't be much more coming from this game. And let's be honest, we were expecting a win against bottom of the league. Goalkeeper, long ball, well, shortish ball actually, and they're through on goal. Don't lose your clean sheet from that. Oh, what a strike. We have lost our clean sheet, but if we're going to lose a clean sheet, a 25-yard screamer into the top right-hand corner is not something to sniff at. Tamworth have put a goal back in. That keeps them in the top 7, keeps them in the playoff places, which I'm sure they're happy about. We're unhappy that we have lost that goal there, but we have a 1 overall, a 4-1 victory, a good win. Sad by that, but well done. Good win for us. Everyone's happy. Got some minutes into the legs of some of our players. And let's be honest, that is all we could ask for. Don't mind winning 4-1 every single week. Brackley, who have you got your 4 points against? Let's see. Senior schedule. Who did you get your 4 points against? You drew with Curzon Ashton. You drew with Warrington. You drew with Peterborough Sports. And you drew with Bishops. Stop. You are yet to get a win this season. Ouch. Ouch is all I can say. Moving on. Ransom Pickle impresses this lad. He's not the best statistically, but he's a bloody good grafter. 1 goal, 1 assist, 12 kilometres covered. Ebanks is probably back. We are probably going to be losing Yao Silva now. But let's see if we can get him in for one more game against Warrington before the season ends. We are going to rest these lads for 3 days, and hopefully they'll be fit enough to play in the Warrington game. And we'll go from there. Inbox. Tamworth's unbeaten run reaches 10. Heck. And there we go. Silver's gone. I could delay it for one match. It would be quite funny to delay it for one match. Just until Ebanks is back. Yeah, delay it for a week. Play this. We might even get the Alfreton game, which might really make it comfortable for Ebanks. Wow, it's going to be tight. I think that is the 7th day. We'll see. We will see. But let's be honest, if we're going to send him off, we'll send him off as a tired man, because we want to get the most out of him that we can get. 24th of October already. We are speeding through this season. We are not putting that into the team selection. Starfleet meeting, I'm going to request a summary. Let's be honest, there's very little we can do to improve anything at the moment. Not because we're doing well, but because we have no money. Scouting update. Again, nothing we can do. It's kind of pointless having scouts at the moment when we've got no money to sign players. We've got enough money to pay the scouts, let alone sign players. Here we go. Let's see if Ebanks has got any minutes in him. If not, he'll hopefully be back for the Alfreton game. We can throw him in instead of Yao there. But we will see. Injury update. Still not happy. Ebanks should be back soon. I'm nervous. Ebanks is capable of playing with minimal risk of complications. I'm going to throw him on the bench, get a couple minutes into him, and go from there. Come on, lads. Ebanks, you're there. I don't really know who to take off. I think Evans. Yeah, because he's leaving. Why the fuck is he on the pitch? We get rid of Evans. I don't need to improve him. Yeah, Ebanks coming on. Apart from that, everyone's got everyone's pretty comfortable health-wise. Let's get going. The match. Alrighty. This might be the last match of the stream. We're only doing a short one today. We're almost at the hour mark. But thank you for anyone that has come in and watched. And if not, thank you to anyone on YouTube that's watching the third episode on YouTube, 5th episode in general. I would upload the first 2, as exciting as they are terrible quality. So that, let's be honest, these aren't great quality anyway, but they're worse, which is saying something. So, into this game against Warrington. Let's see if we can get anything from this match. It would be lovely to get another win under the belts. Who have Buxton got today? Fixtures. Oh, Coulson's taking a knock. We're going to play him for a minute and just see what happens. Oh, that's not great though. Carroll. Coulson's recovering a little bit. Masambo to Carroll. Carroll back to Masambo, I presume. No, out to Allen. There is so much space on the left-hand side here, surely. So much space. No. Back to Masambo. What's the point? What? There was so much space on that side. Just that way. Down there. Now play it this way. Heck, this is confusing my camera. And nothing. Ransom Pickle can't get there, but Masambo puts in a good tackle. He's slowed things down. Hopefully that gives Smith enough opportunity to get his foot in. It does indeed. Back to Alan. Alan, there is an opportunity through the centre to Beckett. Beckett, you are now on the left-hand side. He is open. Again, Smith is supporting him on the left, but he does not need it. He does. He's turned back in. Smith is acres of space he's got there. Gets around the outside. Long ball in. Surely we can get a header on this. Coulson gets his foot on it. It deflected off the defender and stayed low to the ground, but Coulson couldn't quite get there. Why are people sad? That was a good opportunity. Let's encourage the lads and let's look who Buxton have. Peterborough Sports, who are in 22nd and with very few points to their name. Don't expect anything but a win from Buxton, but what I do expect is for us to also win against Warrington and get ourselves even more comfortably in those playoff positions. Silva, potentially his last game in the green. He scored in the last game, the previous game, and I thought that was going to be his last game, but we've delayed his transfer. One more goal in Farsley Celtic green, and that has put us up against Warrington. There we are. We are surely now, in that second position, but once the goal goes through, first place! We are first for now. I don't think it will last, especially with Scarborough having that 3 point, that game extra that they haven't played yet, that game in hand. But we will take first place in the league whilst it lasts. Nonetheless, long crossover. We have no one on the edge of the box. Can anyone get in front of Moyo? No, but thankfully he's put it well over the top of the bar to the point that Laban couldn't even get his fingertips to it. 30 minutes in. Quite a few highlights so far. Does it matter? Yes, if we keep throwing highlights towards Warrington, it's going to get nervy. Woods, long crossover. Buckley Ricketts has 2 attempts at it, and I think both of them were saved by Laban. He is surely going to go up to a 7.0 rating after that. Exactly right. I predicted that perfectly. Williams on the corner. I'm again nervous of this man on the edge of the box. Ricketts gets it out. Laban comes out and picks it out of the air. I think Yao is a long way up there, but he does not find him. Buxton, there you go, 3-0 up. We are back into second place, but only a point behind Buxton, which is a great result. Scarborough are still drawing, which again puts us in a lovely position. However, sadly, Scunthorpe, Southport and Spennymoor are still on 27 points, so we've only got a 1-game buffer at this point. I would love to kind of get some daylight between potentially the bottom 3 and the top 3, but we're not there yet. Coulson, you've had a half. I'm going to take you off. As much as you're this striker, I think 11 goals at the moment, seems to be unaffected by a knock. Maybe I don't take him off then. Maybe I don't. Do we give Ebanks a bit of a run out? Difficult one. I don't really want to change the formation too much. We're going to give him... I'm giving Ebanks half an hour. So someone's coming off in 15 minutes. Coulson, it's probably you. Praise the lads. I don't want to lose Coulson. But if he's unaffected, having him on the pitch is definitely better than having him off the pitch. Let's be honest, he scored 11 or 12 goals this season in the first 14 games. If he keeps up scoring like that, surely he'll be leading goal scorer. But we will see. Spennymoor are now winning, and again are only a point behind us. But we'll ignore that to focus on our game. Carroll to Silva. Silva, once again, potentially his last game. Carroll, long ball over to Atkinson, the back post. The keeper's come out and he's missed it. Second goal of the season for Chris Atkinson, and that is enough for me to feel comfortable bringing Coulson off now. I have made one commitment this season, and that is not to play a 4-2-3-1. Ty Ebanks, you're going to come on. Beckett, you're going to swap places with Mr. Ty Ebanks. Get him a few minutes in his feet. We'll do that. Do I bring Leverett on for Branson Pickle? I think I will. And then you're anxious. You probably need a few more minutes as well. Let's bring wait. No, screw it. I was going to say let's wait a few minutes in case someone gets injured, but we had two major injuries against our two of our best wingers recently, one of them being Ty Banks. Let's get him off. Or get Ty Banks on, but let's get off the defender. Let's be honest, we can't be unlucky in 3 games in a row, getting 3 injuries in a row. Surely to God. Let us see. A miss has come off, which is quite of an ironic name for a striker. But thankfully they brought on Taylor instead of a score. Woods is off as well for Gravosti, and Moyo has come off for Gumbers. But Gumbers hasn't done much so far in the few minutes he's come on, which hopefully doesn't put much fear into us. I'm going to praise the lads. We're comfortably 2-0 up. Yes, they've had quite a few shots. It doesn't matter if you've had 10 shots, if you've only put 1 on target, Warrington. This is why you're 14th. Did I speak too soon? Williams in, Ascenso on the end of that header. Passes it back to Williams. Long ball over to Wisdom. And that is a wise move from him. And of course, not only have they scored after I made that point about them doing nothing, but also the man that I was making a comment about, Mr. Gumbs, has put the ball in the back of the net. I am going to time waste. Do not care at this point. Directness is going low, tempo is going low, width is coming in. When we're out of possession, we are going to stay on our feet, drop off more, and of course, regroup. There we go. 83 minutes on the clock. We've taken off our star striker. We have taken off one of our best defenders, and of course we have taken off Mr. Branson Pickle, our statistically one of our best defensive mids / centre mids. Nonetheless, taking off some good players may not make much of a difference for this game when we were comfortably 2-0 up. It's now 2-1, but hopefully for the last 5 minutes we will control that ball and make the end of the game a bit of a dull affair. Yao Silva, I forgot that you were still on the pitch. Doesn't make much of a difference. Hopefully Ebanks has been comfortable coming back on after his injury. Laban out to Allen, Allen into Atkinson, Atkinson to Beckett, Beckett if he turns, he does not, he plays it back to Atkinson, Atkinson plays it over to Ebanks, the Sioux recently recovered man, plays up the wing, he runs past the right back, can he put a good ball in, a lofted ball out to Silva, our winger who is very small, and of course, nonetheless, 86 minutes gone, 87 minutes gone, 88 minutes, we are almost at the end of the game. We are still in the position where both Spennymoor and Spennymoor and Scarborough are statistically, once they win their game in hand, which is probable, above us in the league. But for now, we are second. Good win, lads. Slightly higher XG. We weren't at our best, especially with a couple of injuries. Well, 1 injury potentially to Coulson, but hopefully he'll only be out for a game. Where does that leave us? Coulson injured for 2 days. He's fine. He's fine. Let's carry on. Alfreton Town. Do we lose Yao before this game? 3 days. I can't delay it twice as much as I would like to. Let's go quick towards this one. And I'm going to make this one the last game. It's going to be the last one of this stream and of this YouTube video. If you're watching this on YouTube, I am streaming quite often, sometimes between 12:30 to 2-ish on weekdays. I've just managed to find an evening free to be able to stream for now. And equally, yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, that's when I stream. If you're watching this on stream, I also am uploading these videos to YouTube under the name Jimbo FM. Jones wants Farsley job, head performance analysis. We've not really got anyone that's good at analysing data, to be honest. What a name, Dimitri Molyneux. Louis Beckett can definitely become a great player. I know, that's why I'm playing him in absolutely every single game we can get him on the pitch for at the moment. Moment of truth. moment. I should have rested the lads. I should have rested the lads. How are they feeling? They're okay. They're okay. Yeah, they'll be fine. Ty Eubanks is still not the happiest man on earth, but hopefully we won't lose Yao. Don't care about any of that. Come on. Saturday, play the game, and then we'll ship him off. Hopefully. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. Last game of the stream. Again, thank you to anyone that has come along. It's been a pleasure. Jean-Luc Laban training well. Ben Atkinson has not been training well. So you are going to get a little bit of a handshake. Not a handshake, a fist shake your way. Come on. Last game of the stream. Let's make it a good one. We are comfortable. Spennymoor have won their game in hand against Brackley. Brackley, not Buxton. Brackley were bottom of the league. Damn. Okay, well, that puts us in third still. We're 2 points behind top of the league now, which is now Spennymoor. Maybe the ones that we're going to be battling this season is not, well, for the top of the league is maybe not Buxton. But the fact that it is such a tight top of the table now makes me nervous for the playoffs. I thought we'd have a better chance in the playoffs, but I almost wanted one team to be miles ahead of everyone and then a few decent teams below. But at the moment, it kind of seems to be the opposite. We've got about 5 or 6 decent teams that are all vying towards that top spot at the moment. And yes, I'm one of them, and I appreciate that I'm one of them, but I'd almost rather be second best I'd almost rather be the second best team in the league, one team that's so amazingly good above everyone that no one's even thinking about touching them, but then be in second place by 10 points towards the end of the season and still be confident going in that we can win the playoffs. And now, I'm nervous. I am nervous. But we'll see. It's still early days. We've still only played a few games. Colson's ready for 75 minutes. Eubanks needs some monitoring, but should be okay. Thankfully, Yao is playing in this game, so this will be his very last game this season. We are in the position where he has scored in his last 2 after I have said that this could be his last game. Hopefully, this being his actual last game, before we ship him off, it'll be all right. Colson, yeah, wants 75 minutes to get back into match sharpness, which I do not blame you. As a result, what we're going to do is play for the first 70 or so, look to substitute you. Hopefully, I mean, it'd be nice to bring in Eubanks earlier. I mean, let's be honest, if we're 3-0 up by half time, I might only give him 50 minutes, but we need to give him a little bit of a runabout because he is our best attacker. And on 12 goals this season, I say, questioning that, it's somewhere around that number. Been on a good run lately. Let's get going. I don't care that they're not too fired up. I think that could be a bit dangerous, being a bit too fired up against 9th in the division. I want us to be calm, cool and collected, which is something that Ransom Pickle quite often brings with him. So we will see. Silva on that right hand side once again, last game of his Farsley career, unless we can get a work permit for him in the future. Silva out to Branson Pickle. Branson Pickle, I trusted you to be the man today. You didn't have an option, mate. I understand that shot because you could not get that across. They had a defender in the right position. Speaking of having defenders in the right position, we are a little bit light at the back there. We might have we have one man each. It unnerves me, but if we get it out like that, we might be able to counter. Someone needs to run towards him. I think Atkinson is the closest man, but he runs the wrong way and holds on to that. He quite often kicks a long ball out to Yao Silva. Did not even get it out of his hands before the highlight ended. 4 minutes in and we are already 3 highlights deep. Beckett to Smith. I like that support again on the left hand side there. Over to Atkinson, who puts it high and wide. What a shame. Here we go. Scunthorpe are already 1-0 up, which puts them into 5th place. That was the team I was potentially going to choose. due to the slightly larger name, but I thought Farsley Celtic being local and also having a very cool badge would be the team that I would play with this save. Oh, Scarborough winning, Buxton are winning, Spennymoor obviously just won their game in hand, but it doesn't look like they are playing today. Makes me a little bit nervous. We are already looking more confident, looking better, but it unnerves me a little bit that we're only 3 points behind Buxton admittedly, but we have not had a goal yet. 25 minutes in, we're looking okay. Sal scored for Bishop Stockford. Fuster to Cantrell. Cantrell back to Fuster. Fuster long ball over to Salmon, and he does not rise like a salmon that Laban does. Goalkeeper's got his hands on it. Can he do something with it? Long ball out to Yumby. Yumby's nowhere near it, so instead it goes to Coulson. Coulson plays it into Branson Pickle. Pickle gets it out to Yumby. Yumby plays it even further out wide to Silver. We are now long ball over to Beckett. Beckett, can he get on the head on it? He can! Louis Beckett, first goal of his career for us. He is one of our 2 signings this season. Him and, of course, Ebanks have been our 2 main signings this season. Beckett definitely is. We had to put all our money on him. And we can see why with a lovely placed header there. Silver, long cross over. Beckett, great move. Top left, can't ask for an awful lot more. That pushes us up to probably 3rd place. No, 2nd place once we get the points on the board, I think. 33 points, yeah, there you go. Still only a point behind Buxton, which, if they don't win their game today, they're only 1-0 up against Rushall, admittedly, who are in the bottom 4, so can't expect an awful lot. But, as I say that, they concede. That puts us top of the league once again. Yes, there's a couple teams below us. I think Spennymoor and someone else, I can't remember off the top of my head, that have games in hand. But for the time being, we have the points. And those teams, I can't tell you what those teams are. One of them is Spennymoor. I don't think one of them is Scunthorpe. Can't recall. Buxton, of course, are a point ahead of us if they win their game today. But they are currently drawing, which means we are a point ahead of them. Laban collects that relatively tame effort, almost one of the goals of the season from the commentary, which I could not disagree with more. That's the game. Scarborough. Spennymoor and Scarborough, they do have a game in hand. Hopefully it's against each other, so at least one of them can be slowed down a little bit. But for the time being, Scarborough 2-0 up, and we are 1-0 up. Smith into Coulson, our striker that admittedly is not doing an awful lot, but he is doing enough to be a worthy inclusion to the matchday squad today. Beckett, our goal scorer, plays it safely to Smith. Smith surely plays it inside to Atkinson. Atkinson, again, good little turn from him and found some space in Masambo. Seems to be a bit of opening over to Silver. Silver, he's got Yumby that could play through, but he is not turned back to Howard to keep it safe, which I appreciate. And that safety is then lost as it goes out to Yumby. He finds Silver again miraculously, and he then finds Yumby to find our one more. This is a bit of ping pong at the moment from us, but Silver plays the through ball to Yumby. Yumby, he has a go. He might have been able to get his head up and play across there, but at least he put the ball on target and we've got a corner out of it. In accordance to corners, we've been relatively good recently. Asenso scored one. I think Masambo scored one, but we don't get much from that. Smith gets the end of that again. Branson Pickle's nowhere near it. Atkinson needs to get towards that as Fuster is attacking quite ferociously down this right-hand side. Can anyone get a foot in? It looks like it's going to be Atkinson. It's not. Allen finds it to find Smith once again. Do not mind finding the half-time whistle here, referee. I thank you very much. Okay, comfortable. Don't look like they're attacking an awful lot at the moment. We've got some good support on either side. Well done controlling possession. Let's keep going. I tend to find, I don't know if this is true with anyone else, times where it mentions some form of the game, be it our passing's been great, our possession's been great, we've not had enough shots, something that specifies a part of the game that's either going well or doesn't go well, always seems to fire up the team. So I always go for those when I get the option, hence the decision there. I didn't even look at our possession stats because it mentioned some form of statistic. I went for it, and obviously it's worked quite well. However, has it worked well? Right hand side of the box, Fuster received the ball very well, turns into Salmon, who rises to the occasion, puts Waldock in. 7th goal of the season for Liam Waldock. Sadly, it is an equaliser. We were looking good, but sadly, we aren't able to maintain that 1 goal positive that we had. Oh, we've got another injury. Why do we keep getting injured? Oh, this is a mess. Do we play the 2 Atkinson brothers next to each other? Do we put Leverett on, who has been a more positive substitution recently? He looks slightly better in my books, I think, for this one. Yao's on a yellow. Do we take Yao off on his final game before he goes back out to Portugal, back on loan? He's playing too well. Beckett, oh, that's what we do. Oh, do we put Beckett? I think Beckett in for Chris Atkinson. Atkinson come off for Ty Ebanks and then switch Ty Ebanks and Yao Silva, so they're both in their preferred wings. And that hopefully will give enough of an attacking change to get that goal back, get back to 1, back to a 1 goal positive. We are now, as a result of that, in 4th place in the league. We've gone from 1st to 4th, but alas, not enough to, well, our performance hasn't been good enough to maintain that 1st position. And to be honest, I don't think we really deserve it at the moment. Buxton have been better, Spennymoor have been doing well recently. Scarborough consistently seem to be good, even though we beat them 3-0, I think. Allen holds the ball, plays a long ball over to Beckett. Beckett can't get anywhere near that. But thankfully, Willis may not be able to do an awful lot with it. He does drop the ball, which gives me confidence. Quite often, I see the goalkeepers drop the ball, pushes the players up. They try and get on the end of it, and then we can counter. Let's see if that is the case. Carroll to Beckett. Beckett back to Smith. Beckett has now adopted that role slightly more centrally. Smith back to Allen. Allen forward to Smith once again. Plays it into Beckett with a poor pass from Smith. Horrendous pass from Smith. He's one of our best players so far this season, but he's just given them a good opportunity. Madonna. Yeah. Thank you. I was going to say well offside. The Scottish Madonna he's gone way too far, way too early. Moved. He should have spent more time. Like a virgin, Madonna should have spent more time before he went for it. Alas, it's still 1-1. Alas for them, I guess, who I'm pretty happy that it's still 1-1. But we need to try and make the difference. We need that 2nd goal. 56th minute. Carroll, long ball over to Coulson. He can't get on the end of it. He's not looking comfortable. Ebanks tries to get a header on it. Can't do an awful lot. What we're going to do is we're going to encourage the lads. I might push up the wing backs a little bit, but I don't know if there's much we can do. Madonna headers it back. Masamba gets on the end of it. Silva inside inside, but through the inside, all the way to the out again to Ebanks. Ebanks, the new substitute, just back from an injury. Long cross in. Coulson, can he get on the head of it? He can. Oh, 13th goal of the season for Michael Coulson. A looping header over Willis and a goal that puts us ahead. What a result. I will happily take that. That might be the moment where we take Coulson off. But he's at 7.4. He's kind of happy. Yumbi's not had the best game. Don't know why Silva's sad. It's probably because he's encouraged after he scored a goal. Jerry Madonna is a potential person to mark, but I don't think we're going to do it. Herrett is off. Lund is off. And let's see what we can do here. I think Smith's got to come off just because of how tired he is. Who else can play left back? I think it's Tom Allen that can play left back. It is indeed. Allen off for Smith. Smith on for us. Sorry, Smith off. So that is our 3rd substitution. I'm not bringing Ben on. I'm not bringing Ryan Watson on. Team talk. I have faith in you. I do have faith in Ascenso. Recently, the last few games, he's been a pretty good player. Here we go. Here we go. Cross in. Thulis gets on the end of it. Beckett out to Silva. Silva, can he find someone? Ebanks on the back post. He's not quite got there, but he does get the ball on the floor. Crosses it, puts it towards Shark. Willis makes a save, goes back into the back of the box. and it is cleared. Carroll gets the end of it, however, down the right-hand side. Long cross over. Can anyone get the end of that? Claxton headers it out to Newell. Newell has got tons of space on that left back position, and he ends that highlight. 70th minute we are now at. We are not comfortable. I was about to praise the lads, but Willis instead takes a goal kick to get the ball rolling again. Carroll on the outside. Quite appreciate the last couple of games. He has been good. Why do I keep saying things? Whenever we say something, something bad happens. Thankfully, Beckett, our star player, gets back and collects that. Allen, our centre-back playing left-back, left wing-back for that matter, collects that. Yao out to Coulson. Coulson finds the back of the net again. We have made the decision he's got to play the whole match, but when he's scoring goals like that and putting us in position where we are 3-1 up, I am not sad if he gets a little bit tired towards the last 15. And that is the 75th minute where we were suggested to take him off. Russell 3-1 up against Buxton. That puts them 2 points below us. That is a great result. Outside of that, Scarborough are definitely winning. I think I just saw the Spennymoor. Are they 2-1 up or are they drawing 1-1 now? I will have a second look at that when that comes round. Coulson on an 8.5, Silver on an 8.4. Where did I just see that? Did I see that? I can't look. We've got too many highlights. Coulson's being too good. A shot always hit the crossbar. Comes back to Cantrell. Let's have a quick look. Can we see anything from Spennymoor before the end of the match? I don't think Spennymoor are playing. They just played a match yesterday. I don't know what I'm talking about. Spennymoor aren't playing. 83rd minute gone. What I'm going to do, instruct everyone, let's slow down this tempo and let's time waste a little bit. Let's be honest. We don't need to tire ourselves out anymore. We've done amazingly. 3-1 at the moment. Even if we concede here, we should be fine. We're good at closing out games, thankfully. 3-1. Header goes just over the bar, and that is surely going to be that. 20 shots. If we continue to leave so few back during attacking free kicks, we'll be done on the counter-attack. At the moment, we're not going to get counter-attacked because they don't get the ball off us. Brisley, long kick over to Salmon, who has not risen to the occasion. He didn't rise to that header in the first half, and once again, long cross that comes into the hands of Laban. Laban drops it, long ball over everyone. Coulson, don't even run, lad. Now run. Yumbi's there. Yumbi, can you play him through to Coulson? Coulson is well offside. It's not going to be his hat trick unless the linesman makes a horrendous mistake, which he has not done. That is good work. A little bit late release, Yumbi, and Coulson, honestly, not the best position, but you are tired, so I kind of understand you not making the best decisions. 3-1. Good result. Good game. I think that leaves us top of the league after results elsewhere. Very happy with the result. Very happy with how we played. Worst performance was from Rudy Mesambo and Yumbi there, but that does not unnerve me too much when everyone around them is playing brilliantly. 3-1. Alfreton down to 11th, and we are top of the league, even with the game in hand from Scarborough and Spennymoor. Even if they draw, Scarborough go above us, but Spennymoor will not. Thanks to that. I thought Scarborough were 2-0 up. And then towards the end it went 3-0 and then almost lost it. They almost lost that game. If they'd lost that game, that would have been amazing. Thankfully for us, Buxton did lose, but our 3-1 win keeps us in a great position. And as a ending to this episode of Farsley Celtic to the Prem, I think we're going to have to stop. That is not how I wanted to stop. Sugar. We haven't got 2.4k to spend on a specialist. So it'll be to November, December, January, February. May fix this reoccurring, but he's 31. I feel bad, But no. Scores, yeah, again, good 2 goals from Coulson. Superb in front of goal. Keep him happy. 5 straight in the league. 10 straight home unbeaten for Chorley. That's a bit unnerving. Player of the week goes to McHale from Scarborough, who, let's be honest, is probably better than all of our squad combined. Nonetheless, Coulson done well. I was going to say I was going to end it on Yao moving to Cova da Piedade. Cova da Piedade. Cova da Piedade. Heck. I will say goodbye then to you, Yao. 100% of your wage is being played. You will hopefully get some game time. You're playing less than us. But I almost don't want to get rid of you. You played 13 games so far this season. What's the issue? How long have we got you contracted? Got you contracted for another... Oh, it's only another 6 months. But there's no way you're going to get enough. He's unhappy. You're on loan. Go away. That's that. Set loan target for Silver. I would like you to be a regular starter. Okay. Yeah, you're not happy. Get out. Get out. That's a sad ending to quite a brilliant stream. We're now top of the league. Coulson's 14 goals so far this season. Darren Stevenson is still injured, but hopefully will be back any minute now. And the one thing that I do want to see is the leading goal scorer. Is it Coulson? No. Because he's 14 in all competitions, only 11 in the league out of 15. But I don't mind that. I'm still pretty content with only being 2 goals off the Spennymoor striker, and maybe we'll try and steal him going forward. Alas, that's that. I think we'll leave it there. Thank you for everyone for watching. Thank you to anyone that has dropped in. I've seen a couple of people come view for a few minutes here and there. Let's go Farsley Celtic. Another good end to the stream. And just before I go, can we get any networking senior affiliate? Let's be honest. Yeah, just work with what you got. Okay, well, thanks everyone. Have a good rest of your day. And hopefully see you again on Monday afternoon. Aim is 12:30, 1-ish until 2. So see you then.